Welcome to my channel. This is Dawn with Pink Chair Gaming, and this is the island of Blossom. Today we are going to work on my entrance, and to help speed up the process a little, I have gone ahead and placed some of my pathing, and here is a quick screenshot of the code I'm using for my brick. I'll be sure to include it in the description. And for the solid tile, I found one that matches pretty good, but it just doesn't have as much depth as I really wanted. So I ended up making one of my own that I think fits just a little bit better with the path. I have not uploaded it yet, but I promise I will do so before I set the dream address. When I originally set out to design this island, I had all intentions of putting my path right on the edge at the bottom, going straight across all the way over to resident services. But after playing around with it a little bit, I decided to move it up some and align it with the bottom of resident services and just have that little bit of space between the edge of the island and the path. But enough of that. Without further ado, let's get started on our design. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add the paths that are going to go up to the houses. Next, we're going to get both of our houses placed. I struggled with this second one a little bit. I don't know why. I just had trouble figuring out where the first piece needed to go so that I could make sure the door lined up with my pathway. This is my favorite way to make fake buildings, where you use the medieval building sides and then you use the wide display cases on the inside. Now that I have my buildings in place, I want to put some cliffs behind that will serve as a barrier for the park that I want to put in the middle of the island. And I struggled a little as to how far back I wanted the cliffs to go, because I want to use some simple panels to create a little bit of a wall that goes against those cliffs. Now it's time to start adding some decorations. This little area here is going to serve as the entrance to my park, and I wasn't 100% certain exactly where I wanted it, so I placed the trees down first just to get a feel for how far over the path needed to be, and I thought this turned out really good. It's actually centered pretty well between the houses and resident services. My thought for the cliffs is to go ahead and make them big enough that I can have 2 layers of trees up here. So I'm working on the first layer now. Just wasn't sure exactly how big it needed to be. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and add these cliffs, get some trees added, and I'll see you on the other side. Before I got too far along, I did want to go ahead and add my little Tory arch, which I think works perfect as an entrance to my park. Because the simple panels that I'm using for this little wall come right above the cliffs, I'm going to go ahead and put some hedges right in front of it. I just think that'll look better from the front. And now we're going to play around with the tree placement because I just don't want them to be in a complete straight line across the cliff. Alright, now it's time to extend the cliff so I can make enough room in the middle for the second level. Because you're not going to see much of this particular cliff, I'm okay with it only being 3 spaces wide and just having 1 row of trees along the top. Right, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a little bit of a hard time deciding what I wanted to use for some of the little, details and decorations. So you'll see a few transitions where I kept going back to my storage to see what I have, and even one break to go to a treasure island and pick up some stuff. Okay, here we are. I have gone ahead and gone back in time a little bit just so that it's more daylight because that's when my island will be set. So let's take a look at my entrance. I think I'm happy with how this has turned out. Some of this I had planned, some of it I kind of did on the fly, but I really like this little entrance here with the planters on the side. I was like, what do I want to do here? I think this turned out really, really good. I love how this looks. And going over to the right hand side, this is going to continue and go around the island and start going up because we are getting kind of close to the edge over here. So this will start actually turning and going back towards the back of the island. But yeah, I love how this turned out. Here is one of the houses. Let me see if I can get a decent photo of it for you without all of the stuff in the way. So yeah, I think this turned out really good. So there is one of them. And then over here to the left hand side, we have the other house. And I will eventually figure out what I want to do with this little area. It's probably not officially complete, but it's definitely a good start going into my little park. I just have to figure out what I want to do over here. And of course, I need to figure out what I want to do with the front part of the island. As I said before, I originally wanted to have the road go along here, but the more I thought about it, the more I liked it being a little bit off of the edge of the island. So yeah, I love how this turned out. Let me give you another good photo view of this part here. I think this turned out really, really cute and I love it. All right. So, folks, I think that is it for this video. I am so happy with how this entrance turned out, and I'm really excited to start working more on the island. So if you want to see what we have in store for next time, please be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!